Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday with Pastor Dan. As we creep closer to Holy Week, I want to talk about forgiveness, but a piece of it. But Jesus says, forgive because you'll be forgiven as you forgive. He also says, judge not lest you be judged. The way you judge on earth is the way you'll be judged in heaven, etc. And I've been thinking about forgiveness, and there's a piece of it that in Richard Rohr that I've been doing for my meditations and morning stuff is that he talks about the welcoming prayer, and it's, I think, that St. Francis taught to welcome the pain. I know that sounds terrible, but bear with me, and I'm gonna kind of talk about it a little bit. But the welcoming prayer encourages us in life to look at the hurt, to look at the offense, or look at the person who's done us wrong or let us down, and to feel the pain of it. Not think about the pain of it, but to kind of feel it through the body. And what's important about that is we refill that hurt, we reinterpret it, we go to it. It's not continuing to dwell on it, but this is a momentary thing to in the process of forgiveness. Remember that. But when we feel it and don't just think about it, we remove the dualistic thinking out of it. So when we use the welcoming prayer, we welcome that pain, we welcome that hurt, that trauma, whatever it might be, and we remove that dualistic thinking of good, bad, win, lose, either or, right, wrong kind of thing, and we just deal with the pain, the grief, the anger, because we almost always go to a thing and we say who won, who lost, who was right, who was wrong, right? We always make it that kind of scenario. But in this, we're trying to remove that so we can deal with how much it hurts to hurt, how abandoned we felt when we were abandoned, how our heart space, our body space feels, versus processing it mentally and then creating a storyline. So once we get to that place where we welcome the pain, we open ourselves up to the pain of what it was, that the hurt, the trauma, we can then progress forward. So we take a few minutes, welcome the experience. I know I keep saying welcome, but trust me, welcome the experience, and then it moves us so quick. The potential is to move us so quickly to compassion, to perspective, we don't fight it, we don't split, we don't blame, but we welcome the grief. And the power in welcoming the grief is that we deal with it, that we then can progress to forgiveness, to reconciliation, to hope. And the reality is that often with forgiveness in this process, welcoming the pain, when we forgive someone, it doesn't mean that we have to wander back into being part and offering ourselves back up to the same patterns. We can forgive and then separate, and I think that's a big thing that we don't talk about. We don't have to then re-engage back into the constant hurts. We just deal with that pain. We welcome that pain, that moment, that memory, and feel it, so that we can then offer compassion and forgiveness and reconciliation, and then recovery for us who have been through it. Richard Rohr says this: if you can do this, you will see that welcoming the pain and letting go of all your oppositional energy against suffering will actually free you from it. It's like reversing your engines. Would you have thought this? It is your resistance to things as they are that cause most of our unhappiness. It's our resistance to things. When we resist and we try to avoid the pain, which we as a culture love to do, is avoid the pain. But I think if we take a moment and offer ourselves in the welcoming prayer to welcome the hurt for a moment, not just to dwell in it and relive it and sit on it, but to be changed, and then to offer compassion back out, we can be people of forgiveness and hope and reconciliation like we're called to be by Jesus. May you all be blessed. Look forward to seeing you soon.